So what we got here is one 1999 Acura Integra. I believe it's an LS. It has a T3, T4 hybrid turbo installed on it. Still in need of tuning. The story on this car is a friend of mine purchased it without the turbo. Beginning of spring, he wanted a toy car. He liked this. He paid a little too much for it. Definitely a little too much. But he liked it. It ran and drove down the road good. And he said, what about the idea of putting a turbo in it? We told him, it's a good idea and all, lots of fun, but why don't you wait until next year? Get to know the car a little first. Well, his idiot friends peer pressured him into doing it, and now it's got a turbo on it. It still needs tuning. Still has the original fuel system and OBD2 fuel management computer. He has an OBD1 computer that will go with it. It runs and drives fine, still relatively peppy, but basically he doesn't love the car. Likes the car, doesn't love the car. An understandable thing. Fuel pressure regulator has been installed and modified. Map sensor is externally mounted for whatever reason, I'm not really sure why. Has a new radiator, a small one with cooling fan. Because obviously the full-size radio will not fit with the turbo there. Just has a shorty cone filter on the turbo. This car was in an accident at some point. It was like this when he got the car from the guy he bought it from. So this part is kind of all banged out and whatnot. We didn't even notice the damage when we got the car because the bumper was proper. The bumper itself looks fine still, so it'll probably just be taken apart and fixed up. There's a dent in the fender and a bunch of scratches here that were not there until the turbo was installed. Visually, the car looks great, except for this little mishap with the bumper, which I'm sure can be fixed, patched up. As far as I can tell, there's virtually no rust on the car. It's a couple little scratches in the paint here and there. It's got four-wheel disc, stock Acura 15-inch aluminum wheels. It's got the full red tail lights. It's got brand new tires on it. They are Exta ASTs, Kumhos. It has a full stainless exhaust, which I guess we can't really see from here. It's too dark in here. So let's see. Motor runs and drives good. Interior, there's no rips or tears in the seats. The carpet is a little stained and worn. The dashboard has this GPS mount thingy on it. Was there when he got it. Can't really get these stupid things up without destroying the dash. At least I haven't been able to. I haven't even tried. I think he tried and it looks like it started to tear a little bit. Leather wrap knob is getting wore out. Let's see. Cruise control works. Power windows works. Power mirrors works. Power door locks don't work, but it's only a two-door, so no big deal. Power moonroof works. Horn clicks but doesn't work. The shifting feels good. As far as I can tell, it's all stock. He installed an oil pressure gauge and boost gauge, which work but do not currently light up. I guess the guy who put them in decided not to wire the lighting in for whatever reason. Currently has this dual deck, which is designed for an iPod to mount straight onto the deck. Let's see. On to the next portion, I suppose. Turn off that stuff. Dropping coins out of my pocket. Headlights all work. If I remember correctly, the headlights are actually wired into the key because he had a tendency to forget the lights on and kill the battery. Currently has next to no fuel. I have to put some gas in it. So let's see. Power moonroof. Chatters, but works fine. Dome light and map lights do not work. Never looked into why. Power windows work fine. Driver's side power window switch is stiff. You just gotta push it in when you do it. Works fine. Power locks, nothing. Let's see. Obviously front wipers. Washers, which are apparently out of fluid. The rear wiper works fine. The pump also runs, must be out of fluid. E-brake, good. Clutch, good. I replaced the master and slave cylinder myself, so I know that those are new and good. Got the halo lights. I'll turn those just onto the parking lights. The lights are in all in good working order. Cup holders, good stuff, good stuff. Tiny clock, good stuff. Let's see, rear defrost, works. Hazards, work. Heat and blower work good. AC was removed when putting the turbo in. Fortunately used to work. Called him an idiot for tearing it out. Low fuel indicator obviously works at this point, seeing as how the gauge is that low. That yellow light is on. I have no idea why. Turn off the e-brake. The brake light works. Not exactly sure. Signals work and function properly. High beams work. Might as well drive with those on because these headlights kind of suck. Probably because the bumper's messed up. Alright, now that it is daylight out, I can do a quick daylight walk around of the car. I gave it a bath last night. I wasn't going to drive last night and film that the battery died. So like I said, scratches in the fender, bumper's a little off. This fender was white at one point and was replaced, presumably from the accident that it was in. And I'm not sure what's up with the bumper not being connected. Other than that, no visible rust that I can see. Everything looks good and solid and clean underneath. I said complete stainless exhaust all the way back. Interior color type 1 ivory. Manufactured 5 of 99, built in Japan. So yeah, the interior, like I said, is a little beat, in good shape. Probably clean up well if somebody were to take like a shampoo or to it. Well, we'll take her for a little ride. Let's see if the camera can... So we got good oil pressure, 20 pounds at idle, and up to about 80 pounds when under the slight rev. So, drivetrain-wise, everything feels good and tight. Feels like it might have a slight pull to the left. Barely, if anything, last I shook it down, it was tight and trouble-free, and he's got new tires on it. It goes down the road nice and straight. Like I said, it's not pulling right now. Go up the hill here. Grips very well, turns in nice and tight. It's actually developing about 1 to 2 psi of boost right now. I'll probably take another look at it and see if I can get her back up to about 5 psi, because that's what it was on the old wastegate. And 5 should be plenty safe in the stock fuel system, from what I've heard. So I'm not a Honda expert. But, you know what? Ride's quiet. Suspension feels good. No shakes and rattles. You know, the owner drives this thing, was driving this thing every day from Plymouth. Drove this thing every day to Plymouth and back 5 days a week for work, and we live in South St. Paul, so it's a little bit of a ride. It's about, I'd say a 45-minute drive, at least, every day on the highway, so, you know, it's always been good down the highway for him, and good mileage, and the cruise control works, which is nice. Yeah, we should have some extra bits and bobs for this car too. I gotta go through the box and see what's trash and what's still usable parts. Like I said, we should have a OBD1 computer as well for this car, because apparently that's what they use for tuning these things, so I honestly don't know anything about it. More of a Dodge guy, and I can fix just about anything I get my hands on, but I don't know the details on turbo conversion stuff on Hondas. Other than the fact that I know a lot of people do it.